Coming up on the Northern Sun Showcase, the spring sports seasons have come to a close. The NSIC crowns 20 All-Americans and another national champion in outdoor track and field. Minnesota State makes another run at the NCAA Baseball Championship, while Augustana and Winona State make late seasons runs at the NCAA Softball Regional. The Augustana tennis program continues its dominance in the conference, as does the women's golf team. And we will meet 3 young men who will bike to believe as they start a trek across America to earn money for cancer research. That and much more coming up as the Northern Sun Showcase begins. Thanks for coming by the Northern Sun Showcase, Division II athletics here in the Upper Midwest. I'm Mike Woodley, along with the Commissioner, Butch Raymond. Butch, our final show of the season, and things almost all wrapped up, and it's been a fine year in the Northern Sun. Well,
it certainly has been an exciting year for us, and I really compliment our student athletes on life in the balance, doing their job in the classroom academically, and then obviously out in their particular sport. It's been really a great year for our student athletes.
But as we move on, we need to say goodbye to an iconic figure, Don Meyer. I had a chance to interview him and his good friend John Wooden. They reminded me so much of each other, and they were good friends. A legendary coach who just passed recently.
It does. We certainly, on behalf of the Northern Sun, we extend our sympathies to the Meyer family. Don was a very instrumental men's basketball coach in the Northern Sun, well respected, made his mark, certainly did his part to help make us what we are today, and we're very thankful for everything he did for us, and we wish their family well.
Along with his accomplishments, his wit was so incredible, and I'm so glad I had a chance to take in some of that as well as all his accolades.
Well, Don and I go back a long ways. We were both young coaches just getting started back in 1972. He was at Hamlin, I went to Augsburg, and so we've competed each other, admired each other, known each other for a long time.
And a lot of great memories for sure.
Absolutely.
With Don Meyer. Let's move and talk about outdoor track and field, and Winona State with a big year for them. They host the NSI Championship May 9th and 10th, and it was a fine competition.
Well, Mike, we've said this so many times that when our universities take time, our schools take time to host an event, people don't understand what it takes to host that. And certainly Winona State in this case for our outdoor track and field for both men and women, we're just so thankful and appreciate everything that they've done for us. They ran a marvelous event.
But the University of Mary again comes out on top for the 3rd straight time. Incredible performance from them, winning their 3rd straight outdoor championship, capturing 7 titles in 11 of the track events. The Marauders had 169 points to finish ahead of Minnesota Duluth. Augustana 3rd, followed by the host school, again Winona State, with 72 points.
Yep, and on the men's side, it was Minnesota State Mankato that came through for their 5th consecutive year. They edged out Augustana College, who finished in 2nd spot, and they were led by their marvelous thrower. Anything you say, he can do it, Mike.
Chris Reed, and more about him later. But he scored 30 points after winning the discus, hammer throw, and shot put. His marks in the shot and the hammer were both automatic qualifying marks. The hammer throw was an NSIC record.
30 points, that's a lot of points. That's even a lot of points in a basketball game.
That's for sure. And so the Northern Sun sends 42 athletes to the Nationals at Grand Valley State.
Yeah, again, and I think we had a good showing there. We had 4 of our female athletes that finished in 2nd place in their event that we had, and came back with 1 national champion, and you can probably guess who that is, Mike.
Chris Reed, another national championship performance again for Minnesota State.
Back to back.
Just outstanding for him. Defended his title really on the final throw of his collegiate career. Yeah, heaving that shot 65 4 3/4 with 10 team points for the Mavericks. Another All-American to his resume, 3rd of the weekend. And congratulations to him, 11 All-American honors, both indoors and outdoors, which is the most for any individual in school history.
And Mike, how could it get any better? A senior student athlete who is the defending champion in the shot put on his very last throw of his career. Winning the event again. I get goosebumps just thinking about that.
You can see the drama and how he just enjoyed it so much, and that's really the thrill of victory that we'd love to see.
Absolutely.
With the student athletes. Well, certainly making a difference. We tell these stories often in the Northern Sun, Division II athletes that care about more than just themselves and even just their own schools or towns. In this case, Joe Berger, one of those Mary track athletes, getting together and doing something very special, getting his friends together and biking for cancer research.
1, pedal at a time. That's how Joe Berger, Brock Schauer, and Devin Coyle plan to get to St. Petersburg, Florida.
We're energetic enough to do it, and we're goal-oriented, and we're gonna do it.
What they do when they get there really doesn't matter. They're going so they can give back here. The Bismarck Cancer Center stands to benefit if they reach their $500,000 goal.
We all have a deep passion for helping people, and we're incredibly active. We have a ton of energy.
All three have been touched by cancer. Joe's close friend, Devin's grandmother, Brock's mom.
Everybody's affected by cancer in some way, shape, or form.
And they hope to do more than raise money. They hope to raise spirits, stopping at 10 cancer hospitals on the way.
Interact with these patients, show our support. Anyone can just bike across America and try to raise money, but we want to get in there and try to affect these people's lives in a positive way.
Everywhere you go, they're just inspiring everybody. I mean, you can't help but get excited for them.
They're plenty excited.
Cannot wait to get on the Bike to Believe tour.
But they're nervous too.
We're not worried about being sore or tired because we're used to that. But the safety is my only concern.
They'll pass through 10 major cities, a mountain range, and all sorts of weather conditions.
We plan on going about 75 miles a day.
To do that, they'll average about 15 miles an hour and ride about 7 hours a day. But they won't be alone. Sponsors provided a truck and a camper for their trip.
Their goal is pretty high, but you know, they've got such great personalities. I think they're going to pull it off. And we're happy with whatever they do. We're thrilled with them already.
And they'll be on the minds of the people they're helping the most.
We want to be there for them.
With photojournalist Tom Palahniuk, Mike Shosey, KX News.
Proud of those guys. Hope they brought the padded seats and the umbrellas.
You think Joe Berger, who is the student athlete, track athlete at Mary, you know, he finished fourth, Mike, in the high jump outdoor. Think that will help him at all in his pedaling?
Probably. If you'd like more on that, again, they're beginning this trek, and if you'd like to find out how they're doing or get involved in the support, it's right there. Just go to biketobelieve.org and follow these young men on their trek to Florida. It'll be fun to see how they do. Well, coming up, baseball and softball. We'll tell you what's happening on the Diamonds and the Northern Sun when we come back on the Northern Sun Showcase.
The Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference. 16 schools, 18 sports, one common goal: athletic and academic excellence. Student athletes in the league compete and win NCAA national championships while learning the skills to compete and win in life. The NSIC has developed into one of the premier NCAA Division II conferences in the nation. The NSIC, win here, win in life. Learn more at northernsun.org or follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
Exceeding expectations. Getting better every day. It doesn't happen by chance. Preparation pays off. So the only question to ask yourself is, am I better today than I was yesterday? Exceed yesterday. Choose Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
What if you could get a reward for saving money? A real acknowledgement of achieving your goal. Then you would know the feeling of START from U.S. Bank. When you save $1,000, you'll get a $50 U.S. Bank Rewards Visa card. And you'll get another $50 Rewards Visa card when you maintain your balance for a year. Because you're doing all you can to save money. And that should be rewarded.
Welcome back to the Northern Sun Showcase. Let's talk some baseball, Butch. Through the tough winter, spring began, and a lot of baseball was played, surprisingly, and the weather cooperated enough for some great action.
Well, I really tip my hat to our baseball coaches and their student athletes for being flexible and being able to change game dates and game sites and everything else and get them in, and it, you know, surprisingly, I shouldn't say that, they just play so well, and we're certainly seeing that as our teams continue to advance on after they get out of the conference. But the conference in both baseball, and we're going to talk softball a little bit later, they were up for grabs. There were a lot of teams scrambling to get that top spot, and in baseball, Minnesota State Mankato won that. This was a year where Augustana College hosted our conference tournament, and kudos to the Vikings for doing just a great job in hosting that. And they actually came back and won the tournament themselves, Augustana did, beating Winona in the championship game and advancing on, getting the automatic qualifier then for the region, and Minnesota State Mankato also was one of the at-large bids.
And they go to Arkansas Tech, and then Minnesota State, again, with the nice year, the tough tournament loss, which may have inspired him a little bit. The young lads do real well, and they get the victory at the Central Region Tournament with a 4-0 record, playing spot-on baseball.
Yeah, it's a double elimination tournament, and Minnesota State defeated Emporia State in the first game, and then won a couple more and came back and beat them again in their final game to finish, as you mentioned, 4-0.
It's an all-around game. I think you mentioned it pitching-wise, we didn't come out. Taylor had a little rough start, struggled throwing some strikes, and was able to get us out of the first inning with only one run. I thought that was important. And then Josh Matheson did a great job coming in and keeping the game where it needed to be. And Geislinger has done what he's done the last couple of games here, throwing strikes and being competitive. And defensively, I believe we didn't have any errors. We had some very nice plays, and that's what it's going to take for us to be successful at the next level.
So Mavs coach Matt Moggers and his team off to the NCAA World Series, Butch.
Well, they'd been there before, so certainly this is not a new experience. Unfortunately, they did lose their first game to Seton Hill, 4-2. But came back, and again, double elimination, came back and won their second game against St. Thomas Aquinas, 6-1, and will be playing again on Wednesday, May 28th again in the next game.
And we'll be able to if you want to get all the updates, you can just go to northernsun.org and get all the updates and the recaps of everything that happened with baseball. You know, when they lose a game, they get inspired, so maybe that was a good thing for the Mavs to lose early, because now they might be on a roll.
Thank you, sports psychologists.
It seems to go that way sometimes. Again, keep up to date on the Mavericks baseball run at the NCAA World Series at northernsun.org. All right, let's talk softball. And again, Minnesota State, they have another fine season this time in softball, but a narrow victory over Winona State in the standings, just like about this much.
Yeah, it was percentage points. You'd have to be a mathematician to figure it out. But congratulations to Minnesota State Mankato on their championship. But like we said, the competition is so close that the conference tournament was just an outstanding event. It was hosted in Sioux Falls by this community of Sioux Falls, not by Augustana College or USF. And in that, Winona State came back and had an unbelievable day. The last day, Mike, they had to win 4 games, and they had to win 2 games to get to the championship against Augustana. And then playing Augustana, they had to beat them twice. So they won 4 games in a day to win that championship.
Pretty amazing stuff. Hannah Lithberg, their outstanding pitcher, looks back on an amazing day and tournament for Winona State.
It's awesome. There's no other really words to describe it, but awesome. I mean, it was a huge team effort, and everyone did their part, and I'm extremely happy for every single person on this team.
So Augustana, Minnesota State, and Winona State all go on to the regional.
And they break it up.
As they should.
Yeah, absolutely, they earn that. But they break it up into 2 sub-regions, 4 teams each. And Winona hosted one, and Minnesota State Mankato hosted the other. In the Winona sub-region, Augustana came out and won that, beating Winona twice in the same day, similar to what Winona did to them in the conference championship. And the other sub-region came Southeast Oklahoma State, won that, who eventually then defeated Augustana, who hosted the super region, by losing 2 one-run games.
Tough to lose those one-run games, but the competition was just that good. You get that far along in the season.
You need a break now and then, as you well know.
Well, great seasons in softball and baseball. We congratulate everybody for everything that happened all season long. Well, next up, golf and tennis as we continue on the Northern Sun Showcase.
Exceeding expectations. Getting better every day. It doesn't happen by chance. Preparation pays off. So the only question to ask yourself is, am I better today than I was yesterday? exceed yesterday. Choose Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
The Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference, 16 schools, 18 sports, one common goal, athletic and academic excellence. Student athletes in the league compete and win NCAA national championships while learning the skills to compete and win in life. The NSIC has developed into one of the premier NCAA Division II conferences in the nation. The NSIC, win here, win in life. Learn more at northernsun.org or follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
At U.S. Bank, we help first-time buyers, growing families, and empty nesters move from their home into one that's more fitting.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did he just say you might be moving?
We are.
We raised 3 kids here. It would be perfect for your family.
So that means you guys are moving.
Oh, this would be a great first home for you.
Okay, let's talk about the
Can I
yard.
take it from here?
Sure.
U.S. Bank offers flexible terms and a great rate on a home mortgage for whatever stage of life you're in. Call to apply.
Or just come in.
Okay.
All of us serving you.
Let's get started. Okay, I'm first.
U.S. Bank.
All right.
Time now to talk golf on the Northern Sun Showcase. Let's start on the men's side, Butch. It's different than people might think. You go 36 holes in the fall, 36 in the spring to determine the championship. Well, this has been a tough spring.
Yeah,
That's no surprise to anyone.
One sport that suffered a little bit. In our spring championship, we had to cut it down to 18 holes because of the weather, so it was actually a 54-hole championship. But St. Cloud State came back, won that for their second straight year.
And St. Cloud State and Ross Miller of MSU and Cowan O'Keefe of Minot, they make the NCAA Super Region. Ross Miller tied for 7th. Nice season for him. Congratulations.
Again, that's when a Northern athlete, especially in the sport of golf, does that, that's outstanding.
Moving on now to women's golf, and Augustana has it going on. They won their 5th straight championship there in women's golf, and they continue to perform well, Butch.
Well, and their championship was a week later than the men's, so the weather was a little bit more conducive to playing golf. So yes, as you mentioned, Augustana came back and won that, and they had some outstanding players, that especially the medalists that we have.
Yeah, Maggie Leland, medalist, 2nd time in her career. She did as a sophomore and as a senior. Congratulations to her. And even in the cold conditions in the second day, she was proud of her performance, as was her entire team.
I had a really tough final round and didn't play very well at all, but to kind of come around from playing well in the fall and then play well yesterday and kind of finish it up today, it means a lot. And it is my senior season, so to get my 2nd conference championship is a pretty big deal, and I am proud of it, and I played really well.
So 3 schools go on to the NCAA Regional. This time it was Augustana, Concordia, MSU, all to the regional. And how'd they do, Butch?
Well, again, they played well, and I think one of the people that we need to really put out here in front of everybody is the young lady from Augustana that finished 4th overall. I mean, that's the highest that they've ever had an individual finish. That's outstanding.
Marisa Toivonen, and you talk about, she and Allie Ostrander actually finished tied for 7th to advance to the national tournament. And then at that national tournament, Toivonen did do very well. Again, a 2-over par 73 in the final round. Now, that's the highest individual finish by an Augustana women's golfer in school history. So she performed very well, and we'll always take that away from her college career.
Yeah, we certainly congratulate her. That's a tremendous effort on her part.
We should also mention those Scholar Awards, which are so important, and more so than ever in Division II. And one of them that we're going to mention, who was a Kelly winner, is actually a Britain Scholarship winner, was also an Elite 89. Why don't you mention briefly what is the Britain, the Kelly, and the Elite 89, Butch?
Well, the Britain Award and the Kelly Award are awards that are given out to the outstanding student athlete, male and female, in the Northern Sun. Each school goes through their process and what they want to do, and they nominate someone from their school. The faculty athletic reps have a committee that deals with it, and they're the ones that select. This is their award. And on the men's side, it was William Brockmiller from University of Sioux Falls. One of the neat things about him, Mike, is that he's a 2-time Elite 89 winner. Now, the Elite 89 award is an award given at the national championship to the student athlete that has the highest GPA of all the student athletes competing in that championship. And Billy won it in 12 in cross country, and then again in 14 on indoor track and field.
And oh, by the way, in applied mathematics, his GPA was 4.0.
Just a 4.0, okay.
That's all. Let's talk about our Kelly Award winner, and this is from Southwest Minnesota State.
Yeah, it's Rachel Patton. Now, Rachel is a golfer from Southwest Minnesota State University, and is just an outstanding lady, and congratulations to both of them being selected for these 2 awards.
And a senior majoring in biology and psychology, and again, great point averages. And
yeah, you don't get this without that, right.
It's good stuff. We're coming back with more. We'll wrap up the show when we come back on the Northern Sun Showcase.
The Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference, 16 schools, 18 sports, one common goal, athletic and academic excellence. Student athletes in the league compete and win NCAA national championships while learning the skills to compete and win in life. The NSIC has developed into one of the premier NCAA Division II conferences in the nation. The NSIC, win here, win in life. Learn more at northernsun.org or follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to Make-A-Wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted.
We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Exceeding expectations. Getting better every day. It doesn't happen by chance. Preparation pays off. So the only question to ask yourself is, am I better today than I was yesterday? Exceed yesterday. Choose Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
The Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference, 16 schools, 18 sports, one common goal, athletic and academic excellence. Student athletes in the league compete and win NCAA national championships while learning the skills to compete and win in life. The NSIC has developed into one of the premier NCAA Division II conferences in the nation. The NSIC, win here, win in life. Learn more at northernsun.org or follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back to the Northern Sun Showcase, and let's talk women's tennis. You know, it was a nice spring for Augustana in a lot of sports, tennis being one of them.
We are mentioning their name a lot, aren't we, on spring sports? But here again, they won their 5th straight NSIC regular season championship and then capped that off with their 4th straight postseason tournament championship. I think one of the things worth mentioning is that not only congratulating them, but they defeated the University of Mary in that championship match, and there's a team that has really made great strides this year. We congratulate both of them.
Mary did bounce back from last year and performed very well this year.
Outstanding.
Nice season for everybody, those two in particular. And so the Vikings going to host the NCAA Regional, and they defeat Emporia State, and then they finally fall to Northeastern State after a fine effort.
So again, congratulate them on the season that they had.
One thing about the student athletes in the Northern Sun Conference, they always find ways to give back to the community. In this case, there was some unity among the athletes. Let's take you to Minnesota State University Moorhead.
On Wednesday night, the MSU Athletics Department celebrated their favorite NCAA holiday, Student-Athlete Appreciation Day.
It's usually on April 6th. We're a few days later, so we can have a few more student athletes attend and participate. And really, it's a night designed by the student athletes, for the student athletes, to celebrate what they bring to the campus.
Dragon coaches, administrators, and student athletes gathered for a little friendly competition they've called the Dragon Olympic Games.
We played 7 games with 14 different teams, 2 teams at a station. We all just had a great time. We played dodgeball, tug of war, bucket toss, beanbag toss. There's all kinds of events here tonight.
The event concluded with a pizza party, a little bit of ice cream, and the celebration of the winning team. But the overall goal of Student-Athlete Appreciation Day was to bring the entire Dragon family closer together.
It's a good feeling, to be here and get to see everybody else and get to know each other. As a community, as a group, everybody gets out, say hi to everybody. And for majority, I feel like, we had quite a bit of student athletes show up tonight, so it was a good time.
Butch, they had a lot of fun.
That tall guy there, that was the director of athletics, Doug Peters, who was running the show. But what a wonderful idea for those student athletes. It did look like a lot of fun, especially the pizza.
Well, it brings us to a moment, Butch. I mean, you have been so much of this conference. As a coach, I remember you as a student. I watched you coach in the conference. And then you've been, of course, an athletic director and a commissioner for many years, and you're retiring. And I wanted to congratulate you on being so important to this conference, knowing it so deeply and caring so deeply about it. We're going to miss you.
Well, thank you, Mike. Obviously, I'm going to miss it also. It's been a great run, and I wish there was enough time for me to thank everybody that's been so instrumental in this league, from all the presidents down to the athletic administrators, down to the actual student athletes. I mean, it has been a very humbling experience to be around such a group of talented people that have worked so hard to make this league what it is. On the other hand, I'm also very excited to welcome our new commissioner, Erin Lynn, into the fold. Erin has been at my side for the last 10 years. I call her a co-commissioner at that time because she is so talented. But the Northern Sun is in good hands. There's a person that's worked hard to train herself, to learn, to get ready, as a tremendous leader with some new visions for the Northern Sun, some exciting years ahead.
I remember her as a scrappy and smart basketball player.
I'm not going to go there. I was saying nice things.
She was fun to watch then, too, and she learned a lot. Again, what's nice about this conference is this has been your life. And for Erin Lynn, it's been her life, and she's going to continue to lead the conference in good hands. And you may be gone, but you're never going to be forgotten for a lot of reasons. But among them is also the Butch Raymond Scholarship, which Sanford Health has put out there. An $80,000 scholarship, $5,000 to each school. There are some requirements, which is they're going to earn it, but
think you would have qualified for it at all, Mike?
No, not at all. But I know in this conference there's going to be student athletes that are going to be able to do that. Should talk about it. You'll be a senior athlete in the medical field with a 3.2 average, and also you have to be a good person and do all those qualifications.
That's
they'll make you proud, put it that way.
Well, they certainly have. Sanford has been such a wonderful corporate partner of ours, and this is certainly very meaningful, and I wish all those student athletes that are receiving the scholarship the very best.
Well, we're going to, like I say, and I speak for everybody I've talked in the conference, it's been fun to be around you, Butch, and we just wish you the best. Have a great couple rounds of golf.
Thank you. I enjoyed working with you, Mike.
And I may have to call you once in a while just to find out what's going on. All right, we want to remind you want to stay up to date on everything going on, including Minnesota State's baseball run. Follow on Facebook and Twitter. Also, there's northernsun.org. You can keep up to date on everything throughout the off season until the fall begins. I want to thank all the schools, all the administrators, everybody involved in the Northern Sun Conference, and for everybody, including you, the Commissioner Butch Raymond. I'm Mike Woodley. Thanks so much for watching the Northern Sun Showcase.